There are just 4 games remaining for the Earlham men's basketball team to attempt to qualify for the HCAC postseason tournament. And if the Quakers plan on playing in that tournament, they must find a way to win tonight. It is almost down to a must-win situation for this Earlham basketball team. It won't be easy as they'll be hosting the Panthers of Hanover here at the Athletics and Wellness Center. Hello and welcome once again to the Farm Bureau Insurance with Kevin Shear pregame show. It is very simple tonight for the Quakers. They've almost backed themselves into a corner after losing their last 2 contests, and they'll have to do it again tonight without one of their leading scorers, and Daryl Hutchison, who will be missing his 3rd straight game because of a leg injury. So the Quakers come in at 4-10 in the conference, 6-15 overall. Meanwhile, Hanover still trying to get that number 1 seed. They're 16-5 overall and 11-3 in the HCAC, currently tied with Mount St. Joe in the conference. We'll talk about those conference standings and the schedule coming up a little bit later. So, you know the situation now, again, with a must-win situation tonight. Everything is on the line for this Quaker basketball team, not just tonight, but really for the final 4 games. With the next 2, they go on the road to Rose, and they go on the road to Defiance before back here against Mount St. Joe. So you can see right there, 3 out of their 4 games the rest of the way will be very, very difficult games. Talked a little bit yesterday with head coach Jason Polikoff. We'll hear from the head coach coming up in just a couple of moments, get his thoughts about where his team is at. According to the head coach, that's coming up next. Stay right there. This is the pregame show brought to you by Farm Bureau Insurance with Kevin Shear.
Some people are born lucky. Other people take luck into their own hands, avoid stepping on sidewalk cracks, and wouldn't dare walk under a ladder. But whether you're born with luck or make your own, when it comes to your insurance coverage, luck should have nothing to do with it. So talk to Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance today or visit them online at infarmbureau.com to purchase an auto policy. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Stop knocking on wood.
Questions about your coverage in Wayne County? Call 765-962-9548 and ask for me, Kevin Shear.
At First Bank Richmond, we provide you with an excellent banking experience. Whether it's personal checking, savings, mortgage loans, consumer loans, retail lending, or trust and investments, you can count on First Bank Richmond. First Bank Richmond has been serving the Richmond area since 1887. For more information, give them a call at 962-2581 or go to their website at firstbankrichmond.com.
We check 'em better. Every Wetzel Better Buy certified vehicle is fully inspected and reconditioned by ASE and factory-trained technicians. And each Better Buy vehicle comes with a Carfax vehicle history report, so you know you can buy a vehicle with confidence. We back 'em better with a 3-day satisfaction guarantee. Every Wetzel Better Buy certified comes with a 3-day or 300-mile satisfaction guarantee. If you don't like it within that 3 days or 300 miles, just bring it back and we'll exchange it for a vehicle of equal value. Every Wetzel Better Buy certified vehicle comes with a 12-month, 12,000-mile warranty. We price them better. We have dedicated individuals searching the entire country for the highest quality, lowest price vehicles for our inventory. In today's competitive market, we're constantly monitoring vehicle values to ensure that we're offering the best prices possible. We guarantee that every Wetzel Better Buy vehicle is the highest quality used car or truck around. Our reconditioning process guarantees that you are getting a vehicle as close to brand new as possible, and our warranties back that up.
Kate's Cages is the #1 indoor training facility for baseball and softball in Richmond by far. With top-flight instructors, you will learn how to play the game the right way. Everything from pitching, hitting, catching, and fielding. Kate's Cages will also have the opportunity to participate in triple play fall ball, the softball academy, individual and team camps, and individual private workouts. Kate's Cages Baseball and Softball Indoor Training Facility, 1366 Rose City Boulevard. Call 993-2353 for more information. Big Boy's Pizza is now open in Richmond, located at 1015 East Main Street, next door to the Civic Theater. The menu has great sandwiches, pasta, salads, and of course, pizza. Come dine in, carry out, or have your food delivered day or night, at home or at the office. Other locations are in Connorsville and Brookville. Bring in a sports ticket after any game and receive 10% off your purchase. Ticket must be dated for the same day as your purchase. Dine in, take out, or delivery, Big Boys Pizza. 765-488-0023.
Coach, I know you go back the last couple of games, and the Transylvania game certainly didn't work out for you very well. You come back home, you play relatively well there. Didn't get that one down the stretch. But before we talk about those two games, what's coming up, let me ask you a little bit about Daryl, because I know you missed him the last couple of games, and it appears he won't be playing this week.
Yeah, he unfortunately, after his performance against Anderson, which was outstanding, I think he scored 25 points, had 5 or 6 rebounds. Next day in practice, he stepped on somebody's foot, rolled his ankle, and he's been down ever since. So that's a big loss for us. He had started every game this season. He's an emotional, verbal leader. He's a guy we rely on if we need a basket. So that was a big loss for us. And obviously the last 2 games we've missed him. But at the same time, I've also been really proud of the guys who have stepped up in his place and try to kind of make up for some of his absences, especially on the score on the offensive end. So, yeah, it's a difficult thing, but every team goes through it, and we just gotta keep moving on. And as we say, when somebody gets hurt, we wish the best for them, but next man up.
Yeah. And the other thing is, the other teams don't feel sorry for you, do they?
They don't care at all. Nope.
Coach, you have another big one on Wednesday, and a team that got ahead of you early in that last contest. They shot extremely well, and the turnovers got you in that game, but you get them at home this time. You're still in the conference playoff picture, which is another positive for this game, but this is a must-win for you guys, isn't it?
Without a shadow of a doubt. This is we've every game's a must-win for us, or every game was and still is, but I think this is one of those close to do-or-die ones. We're 2 games back from a playoff spot with 4 games to go, so not going to be easy. Hanover is a terrific team. They went to the Elite 8 last year. They won the conference. So we know it's going to be a difficult game. But we also know the first time we played them wasn't us. They played extremely well. We unfortunately feel like we never left the bus, and we turned the ball over way too many times, gave them too many free points, and it was not who we are. I think both teams played a little bit different than who they actually are. So we looked at that film, we looked at that tape, we talked about the adjustments we need to make, and so we're confident that we have a different game plan this time around, and the fact that we're at home gives us a little bit more confidence as well. And you look at even last year, we played them at home, and we were within a point of beating them. We had the ball down 1 at the end of the game, and unfortunately just missed a shot just short. If it was 2 inches further, we win the game. So we know that any given night, if we just play like our season depended on it, which it pretty much does, we could beat anybody. So that's the plan.
Before I let you go, do you have kind of reaction from some of the players where you're at right now? And I asked you this last week, and at that time you hadn't lost the last couple of games, but now it's do or die kind of situation. What kind of reaction you get from the players?
Every game's been a do or die, so it's the same thing. They know they got to come and they got to bring it, and if they don't, teams take advantage of it in our league. We didn't bring it 2 games ago against Transylvania. I don't know if, again, one of those situations our guys stayed on the bus mentally or what, but we didn't play like us. It was the day after, or the game after Daryl got hurt. Maybe some guys were still licking wounds, but we didn't bring it. But I was very proud of them and how they played against Franklin. To Franklin's credit, they just outplayed us. I mean, at the end of the day, that's what it boiled down to. 19 for 19 from the free throw line, 11 for 20 from three-point, shot almost 60% for the game. I mean, we did our job. We forced them into 20 turnovers, only had 10. We played well. They just played better. So if we can just show up again and just keep playing hard, and hopefully don't get a team that plays that well on Wednesday, I think we have a shot.
Wish me luck, wish me luck. We've all said it. Thing is, life doesn't run on luck. For most people, it takes careful planning. A lot more than, say, crossing your fingers or toes. So talk to Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Because as your life changes, your life insurance coverage should do the same. And when it comes to your coverage, luck should have nothing to do with it. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Stop knocking on wood.
Questions about your coverage in Wayne County? Call 765-962-9548 and ask for me, Kevin Shearer.
Since 1994, Beach Automotive has provided motorists in the Richmond area with comprehensive auto repair services that include car and truck care, alignment, brakes, tires, engine, transmission, and more. You'll be hard-pressed to find the same level of expertise that our auto mechanic specialists provide. For a high-performing vehicle, trust Beach Automotive. To learn more, call 765-966-8181. Beach Automotive, 110 East Main Street, Richmond.
For the past 35 years, Van Vliet Insurance has built a reputation of bringing a personal touch. That's because at Van Vliet, it's all about you, your needs, your life, and our town. Along with providing quality coverage to individuals, families, and local businesses, we're proud of our community and the opportunity we have to protect your future within it. Van Vliet Insurance, an Erie Insurance representative. Hometown professionals at work for you.
We're back here at the Athletics and Wellness Center, the campus of Earlham College, here on the Farm Bureau Insurance with Kevin Shear pregame show. Let's take a look at the Hanover Panthers. And I tell you what, there's really not many things they don't do well. We'll have the tail of the tape coming up. We'll put these two teams side by side in just a couple of moments. But you go back to their last game, even without one of their leading scorers, Cam Fales, ended up playing just 2 minutes. He got hurt early in that game. They still managed to beat Anderson 80-77. They're 7-3 on the road, as we mentioned. They're 11-3 in the conference, and again, they do just about everything very well. Last time these two teams got together, Earlham trailed by 21 at the half, and Hanover won it easily, 90-54. They shot 50%. They ended up shooting 46% from three, and they also turned the Quakers over 27 times in that game. Wes McKinney led the way with 22. Cam Fales had 16. The Quakers had just one player in double figures. That was Jamel Barnes with 10, and that's when the Quakers even had a healthy Daryl Hutchison. So they'll have to play tonight without Daryl and find a way to get the job done. Hanover shoots the ball well. They're almost 50% as a team. They're almost 39%. You're going to see that in the tail of the tape here in a couple of moments. They're about 39% from three. They shoot the free throw extremely well, almost 73% as a team. Their rebounding numbers don't really stand out at you, but the bottom line is they shoot so well they don't have to rebound as much, and they don't turn the ball over as much as well. So when we put the tail of the tape up here in a moment, you'll see why they are one of the top teams in the conference. And by the way, the Quakers have not had a whole lot of success against this team over the years either. Over the history since Earlham joined the HCAC prior to the 2010-2011 season, the Quakers have beaten Hanover just one time. So the odds not looking good. Let's go ahead and take a look at the tail of the tape. There you see the two teams side by side. The scoring is about the same, but there are some big differences when you look down the columns. Earlham giving up 82 points per game. A lot of that, again, has been about midseason early when they were giving up nearly 90 to 100 points per game. That number has come down quite a bit, but still, the Quakers giving up too many points. You look at the shooting percentage. That's, again, a huge advantage right there for Hanover. The three-point shooting percentage, the rebounding in favor of Hanover, and then, of course, the turnovers. Quakers, the last time out, as we said, really didn't take care of the basketball at all, and they lost that game big time. So they got to cut down on the turnovers here tonight. But there you see the two teams right there side by side going into tonight's matchup. All right, we will come back. When we do, we'll check out the updated standings in just a couple of moments. Stay right there. This is the pregame show brought to you by Farm Bureau Insurance with Kevin Shear right here in Radio Troy Digital Sports.
Georgia Direct is your one-stop source for floor coverings and decorating ideas for remodeling a home, office, kitchen, or bathroom. Their showroom offers quality products from Mohawk, Shaw, Armstrong, Kraft Made, and many more. They proudly offer Richmond the best quality and variety of home design solutions at competitive prices. At Georgia Direct, their goal is to deliver an outstanding customer experience from selection through installation. Georgia Direct Carpets and Cabinets, 5200 National Road East, Richmond.
Hey, this is Steve, and out at Jiffy Lube the other day, a customer came in and said, Steve, this was my 100th oil change on this car, and you've done them all.
Hi, my name is George Farrell, and I've been coming to Jiffy Lube for over 14 years. I recently just had my 100th oil change. I'd like to thank Steve Funkhauser and his staff for the great service that they've provided me over the years. Thank you to all, and I would recommend anyone to come to Jiffy Lube to get their car serviced.
Jiffy Lube, #1 in customer satisfaction for a reason.
Here's the most updated standings in the HCAC. Rose-Hulman is 12-2. Hanover and Mount St. Joe both at 11-3. Transy is at 10-4. And then you have Bluffton and Franklin rounding up the top 6. Both those teams are 6-8. Still trying to get in, Anderson and Earlham. Anderson is 5-9. Earlham at 4-10. Manchester Defiance, they are pretty much out of the race as of tonight. Here are the games coming up tonight. Rose is at Franklin. That's a big game this evening. Transy's at Mount St. Joe. Manchester's at Anderson. And Bluffton is at Defiance. You can see there not only just this game here for the Quakers, but a couple of those other games have huge ramifications on the playoff chase here after tonight. Just 3 games remaining in the regular season. We will come back in just a couple of moments. The starting lineups are on the way. We are about ready to tip this one off here at the Athletics and Wellness Center. Do not go away. This is Earlham Basketball, and this is the Farm Beer Insurance with Kevin Shear pregame show right here on Radio Troy Digital Sports.
Hello, my name is Kyle Schwarzkopf. I'm the manager of Kyle's National Road Auto, in business in Richmond since 1979. We employ ASE certified technicians, and we have over 80 years of experience. We work on all domestics and most European and Japanese cars. Give us a call at 966-1555. Kyle's National Road Auto Service. My name is Kyle Schwarzkopf, and I approve this message.
Little Sheba's Restaurant and Zini's Place. Come join us in Richmond at 175 Fort Wayne Avenue or at our newest location in Centerville at 129 East Main Street. Grab one of our gourmet pizzas, a deluxe sandwich, steak or fresh salad, and an ice-cold beer or your favorite wine. Featuring live music every Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday, plus more in our smoke-free environment. 10% discount with a valid student ID. It's better than being home.
Greatest thing ever happened for Oscar Robertson. You learn to compete.
Basketball in Indiana has a special legacy. It starts with the coaches, develops with the fans, and ends with an amazing community support.
I think one of these days when you're done and you're retired and you kind of shelve that piece of your life, you can look back and be like, wow, that's really incredible.
To play in a state tournament, to be able to play in college, to be able to coach high school girls, and then to be able to see my son coach, basketball has been my life.
Any opportunity I got to play basketball, I played it. You know, that's what I wanted to do. That's what I love doing, and still today I love the game.
And every time Dad put me in, I think as a freshman, sophomore, there was booing. And then the exciting turnaround when I was a junior and senior, every time he took me out, he got booed. So those were fun times.
Basketball got me an education. Got me to be a worldly person as far as reading articles. Got me to be artistic and understand the cultures of the world, the ballet, the opera. It just opened up your whole mind and thoughts about things other than what you can reach out and touch.
Because I never dreamed of going to college, and basketball gave me the opportunity to not only go to college but play professional ball, and I've been around it my whole life. I'm 58 now, and I've been involved for a lot of years.
Where else can you walk around? I'm a 65-year-old man, and people say, George, oh, I remember you in '69 with your high school state championship team. I saw you at Butler. I mean, it's incredible. This is the only place here in Indiana that happens.
Back here at the Athletics and Wellness Center, let's go and get you the starting lineups. First off, for the Panthers, Cam Fales, a 5'11" junior out of Mason, Ohio. He wears number 3. Isaac Hibbert is a 6' freshman out of New Albany, Indiana, wearing number 5. Colin Smith, a 6'2" senior out of Cincinnati. He wears number 12. Wes McKinney is 6'4" and a senior out of Batesville, Indiana, wearing number 35. Nick White is 6'5" and a junior, also out of New Albany. He wears number 42. So it'll be Fales, Hibbert, Smith, McKinney, and White tonight for the Panthers. Here's how the Quakers will line up tonight. They'll go with Kenneth Stallings Jr. He is 6'3" and a sophomore out of Gary, Indiana. Cheney Zolman, 6'6" and a junior out of North Manchester. He wears number 1. Elijah Wilson-Thomas coming off a 35-point performance recently, 6'2" and a senior out of Goldsboro, North Carolina, wearing number 5. Also, Jamel Barnes, 6 foot and a freshman out of Muncie Central, Indiana. He wears number 12. And Thomas Sanborn, scheduled to get to start tonight as well, 6'5" and a sophomore out of Crown Point, Indiana. So those are the starters for tonight's matchup. Both teams getting their final instructions, and we are about ready to get this one underway. Thanks for being with us for college basketball. Hard to believe we're down to our final 4 games of the regular season. And the Quakers, by the way, to their credit, they have not been in this situation in quite some time. Still a chance to make it into the playoffs this late in the season. One change in the starting lineup for the Quakers. Tariq El-Dasugi will start, 6'3" and a sophomore at Brebeuf High School in Indianapolis. And we are underway here at the Athletics and Wellness Center. Cam Fales again out of Mason, Ohio. Guy can put the ball in the hoop, and the left-hander will shoot the first shot. Rims in and out, and no good on the rebound. Pulled down by Cheney Zolman. They'll have to keep an eye on Fales tonight. The guy's averaging 16.3 points per game. Wes McKinney averaging at 16.1, and Nick White at 11 points per game. Quaker basketball, Barnes, the little floater off the rim. Rebound El-Dasugi, put back no. And the rebound pulled down by Colin Smith, and they'll get El-Dasugi on the rebounding foul. Boy, I give you a little bit of perspective on El-Dasugi. His minutes got cut down quite a bit there early, but he has been put in the starting lineup, and he's been a rebounding machine for the Quakers. Not a huge score, 3.7 points per game, but he can rebound. Fails with the basketball across the circle. We'll give it out front now to McKinney. Once again, Fails. There's your high screen by White. Fails with the left-hand dribble, takes it in the lane. Now has it with the right hand at the elbow. Another screen again by White. Here's the kick out. Hibbard for 3, and it's good. And there are your first points of the ball game. The 3-point basket by Isaac Hibbard, just a freshman, averaging 7 points per game. Quaker basketball. Here's Stallings at the left elbow, and it'll be Barnes out front. Nearly lost the handle. Regains at the circle. Now finds Wilson-Thomas near the near sideline. Wilson-Thomas on the crossover back to his left hand. Sanborn and around the perimeter. Take that back. Zolman around the perimeter. Now to Stallings. His jumper is good. And Stallings will get the Quakers on the board. Stallings averaging 7.6 points per contest. Once again, Hanover basketball. Here's Smith. He'll get back now to Hibbard. Hibbard on the drive, kicks in the corner, and the quick release outside to Smith. Smith tried to drive there on Zolman. Found no opening. Nice entry underneath. Ball goes out of bounds off the hands of a Quaker player. Looked like it might have been Barnes. White trying to drive on the near side. The 6'5 junior out of New Albany. 11 on the shot clock. And the inbound for Hanover. They'll kick it outside. On the perimeter, it'll be Hibbard. Hibbard with a left hand. Scoop shot, no good. Battle for the loose basketball on the rebound. Stallings comes away with the 3-on-2 break the other way. Shot fake by Barnes. Drives, has it blocked inside by White. And coming away will be Fails. He goes to the floor. And El-Dasugi just picked up his second. So the Quakers will have to go to Sanborn. Thomas Sanborn, the 6'5 sophomore out of Crown Point. And El-Dasugi with 2 quick fouls, and they love his energy and his length, and he's going to have to sit down for a while here tonight. Again, the Quakers playing without Daryl Hutchison. This will be his 3rd game he's been out with that leg injury, averaging over 14 points per game. And they'll have to find someone to step up in that department. Here's Smith. Smith, nothing there. The kick out now to McKinney. And they'll work it down to White on the block. White with the right hand in the lane, and that's going to be a blocking foul against Cheney Zolman. Quakers thought maybe that White had ducked his shoulder. By the way, if my calculations are correct with Nick White as well as Isaac Hibbard. Now, Hibbard may have been a part of that championship team down in New Albany a couple of years ago. They played in the semi-state here in Richmond. So they're familiar with Richmond from that standpoint in high school. Here's McKinney, 17 feet away, good. So McKinney gets on the board, 5-2. McKinney, as we said, averaging 16.1 points per game. 17-18 to go in the first half. Quaker basketball, Wilson Thomas off the high dribble. Now it'll be Stallings at the left elbow. Coming out front is Barnes in the midcourt circle. He'll have Wilson Thomas to his right. Sanborn out in the high post will slip screen. Sanborn reverses it to Stallings underneath now to the big fella down low. Layup good. That's Cheney Zolman. 6'6" Zolman, stronger than he was a year ago. 5-4, now Hanover with the lead. Fails with the basketball. He's from 17 away. That off the iron. The rebound put back inside those long arms. Nick White paying dividends on the boards. And White will get his first basket. And it's now 7-4. Panthers on top. Wilson Thomas now to Barnes near side. Here's Stallings. Stallings off the drive and off the glass as well. And Stallings now has 4. And the Quakers stay within 1. 16:20 remaining here in the first half. Here's Thales once again. Stops in the free throw circle. It'll be Nick White on the high post. White will set the screen once he gives it to McKinney for 3, and that's good. McKinney steps to the outside, hits the 3. He now has 5. And the Quakers down by 4. Earlham basketball, they're about ready to make another change. Here is Elijah down the lane, no good. And then Elijah trying to come back in bounds. He will go off his leg and back over again to Hanover. Brad Bliss will come in for the Quakers. Bliss wearing number 4. Bliss out of Castile, New York, a 6'5 freshman. Cheney Zolman will sit down. Quakers down by 4, 15:50 to go here in the first half. Here's Thales. Went to Kings High School in Mason, Ohio at the point. Here's McKinney. McKinney bypassing the screen by White behind the back dribble. McKinney from 16, good. Nothing but net for McKinney. And boy, we hope that he's not feeling it tonight like he is early. 7 points by McKinney. By the way, live stats throughout the game on GoEarlham.com. Here's Barnes off the left wing. Barnes feeds inside to Bliss. Ball knocked out of bounds. There's Nick White showing his defensive ability. And again, with those long arms underneath, able to knock that one out of bounds. And we're at 16 seconds remaining on the shot clock for this possession. The entry, Bliss. Basket good by Bliss. Quakers look to score off the inbound. A lot of teams just try to inbound, but Earlham wants to get a bucket if they can get a freebie. Here's Smith at the left elbow once again beyond the arc. Smith with a left-hand dribble, takes it in the lane, bounces in the corner. Good ball movement outside. Hibbert to Fails. Fails on the drive, and Smith not looking. Ran down in the corner by McKinney, and the ball knocked out of bounds once again as Thomas Sanborn able to get his hand on the loose basketball. Hanover, good following here tonight to see the Panthers try to pick up their 17th win of the year. More importantly, their 12th in the conference. Here's Colin Smith. Once again, McKinney. His pull-back jumper, good at the buzzer. Another 3. And what your fear is right now, the McKinney's going to get hot all night long. He already has 10. And the Quakers trail at 15-8, and that was right on the mark at the buzzer. Here's Barnes. Barnes on the drive. Left-hand floater in the lane. Good. Jamel Barnes, the freshman out of Muncie Central High School, averaging 9.7 points per game, makes it a 5-point lead. Once again, Fails on the high post now to White. Back to Fails. Fails will take the screen, trying to decide which way he wants to go. Penetrates in the lane, crosses, now pulls up and hits it. And I'll tell you what, they're shooting well early. And that's not a good sign if you're an Earlham fan. 17-10. They shot 50% the last time. Stallings, three-pointer the way. That's good. And the Quakers are going to get a timeout right here. Stallings now with 7. We will take a timeout as well on the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard. 13:51 to go in the first half. Quakers trail it by 4.
Mancino's is family-friendly, serving fresh grinders, pizza, pasta, and salads daily. They serve great food priced for family budgets. And whether it's one of their homemade grinders, salads, or pizza, there's sure to be something for everyone in your family. Our baking process may cost a little more and take more time, but the end result of freshness and flavor make the real difference in all of Mancino's award-winning products. Mancino's of Richmond. Give them a call at 966-1161 or go to their website, mancinosofrichmond.com.
I was just talking about how Hanover has shot well here in the first half at 70%. The Quakers are shooting 75%. More opportunities right now for Hanover. But the Quakers get the timeout. Let's see what they're going to set up defensively right here. By the way, Bailey Stewart checking in at a Northeastern High School in Fountain City. He will wear number 14 for the Quakers. Here's Smith off the drive. Smith got the defender in the air, lays it in, and he's fouled. Thomas Sanborn will pick up the foul. So Sanborn picks up number 1. That is going to be team foul number 4. And Colin Smith will complete the three-point play. It is a 7-point lead. Well, they, again, just have so many weapons. We talked about that a little bit ago. You have Fales and McKinney and White, but they got a good complement of other players. They can step up and play good fundamental basketball. We saw that, have seen that already. Here Sanborn tries to feed it inside. Knocked out of bounds again by Nick White, another deflection. Hanover back to their bench. Coming out of the ball game will be Colin Smith. And checking in is number 14. That is Levi Buck. He's out of Pendleton Heights. He is a senior wearing number 14. Here's Elijah in the corner. 14 on the shot clock. Elijah, fadeaway shot. That's off the front iron. And the rebound pulled down by Hibbard. Here come the Panthers once again. Fales gets the screen from White. White will receive the basketball on the low block right. White looking to penetrate off that pivot and will travel with it. Turnover by Hanover. White will come out. Hanover will make a change as well for the first time tonight. Kevin Williams, a 6'5 sophomore out of Edinburgh, Indiana, played his high school basketball at Columbus East, will check in for the first time. 12:56 to go in the first half. Quaker basketball. Nice pass underneath, but we have a foul. It was caught underneath by Earlham's Bailey Stewart. They're going to get Hibbert on the foul. That'll be his first, and that is the first foul on Hanover here tonight. By the way, Kevin Williams averaging 4.8 points per game for the Panthers. They have good balanced scoring throughout their lineup. Here's Barnes looking for the screen and roll. Floater on the way, good. Boy, Jamel Barnes, he is going to be really good by the time he's a senior. Only a freshman. He now has 4. Nice drive by Fales. He misses the layup. And the rebound, Elijah Wilson-Thomas. Hands off to Barnes. Back to Elijah. Shot fake. His teardrop on the way, good from the right side. Back to a 3-point lead. Elijah gets his first 2. And that's why we can call him the microwave, because he'll heat up at any time. And we have seen him do that many times. Off the shot fake, Williams, take that back. That's Levi Buck, the turnaround shot in the lane, no good. Elijah with a rebound, hands off to Barnes. 12 minutes even to go in the first half. Quakers down by 3. Barnes will bring Sanborn out front. He'll receive from Wilson-Thomas. Now it'll be Stewart on the perimeter. Back once again to Barnes. Nice pass underneath to Stewart. He fumbles the loose basketball, and there's a turnover for the Quakers. Here's Fales across the timeline. Fales gets that high screen. Fales, little hesitation off the glass. Good, and he's fouled. Great move by Fales. 4 points now by the 5'11 junior. Bliss will pick up the foul. That's his first. That's going to be the 5th team foul now on the Quakers. Fales goes to the line. He'll attempt to complete the 3-point play. Quakers will come back with Stallings as Bailey Stewart will sit down. Cheney Zolman back in. Brad Bliss will sit down. Quakers a little bit shorter on that bench. I would imagine they won't go, depending on how this game goes here tonight, maybe 3, perhaps 4 off that bench in limited action, but they want these guys right here to get the majority of the moments, or the minutes here tonight, as that free throw is good. So Smith will complete the 3-point play. My thought process was about El Dasuga. They want him on the floor as much as they can, but he is out again with the 2 fouls. 23-17. Another change for the Panthers. We'll tell you about that in a moment. Here is Stallings. Stallings on the pivot at the circle. Gives it up now to Elijah Wilson-Thomas. Wilson-Thomas back once again to Stallings. Stallings pulls up. Shot on the way. Good. 3-point bucket again for the Quakers. Stallings off to a great start. That is now his second 3-point. He has 10 here in the opening half, and the Quakers down by 3. In the ball game, Logan Ratz out of Martinsville. Ratz wearing number 11. That shot's off the back of the iron as McKinney can't get it to go. Quakers get the rebound. Sanborn will find Barnes. It'll be Stallings back to Barnes. Quakers set it up in the half court. Wilson-Thomas, boy, got the defender way off the mark. That shot in and out. And the rebound by Hibbard. Hibbard, full head of steam, down the lane, throws it out the front of the rim, and we have a foul call against the Quakers. They're going to get Elijah Wilson-Thomas on the foul, and it will be a 2-shot foul here for Isaac Hibbard. 6th team foul now on the Quakers. And Hibbard at the line. Mentioned Hibbard out of New Albany. Of course, when you mention New Albany these days, everybody wondering where Romeo Langford will sign. Down to 3 schools. One of those is Indiana, but he right now on the chase for the all-time scoring lead in the state of Indiana. Back to a 5-point lead, 10:34 to go. Barnes off now to Stallings. Stallings, nice crossover to the left, step up and under, off the rim, no good. And the rebound pulled down by Williams. Foot chase the other way. Hibbard all the way in with a left-hand layup and good. And the Quakers trail it by 7. Boy, Hibbard, a full head of steam again. Anytime Hibbard gets it, he goes. Quakers have the basketball again in the half court. Barnes between the circles, looking to Elijah Wilson-Thomas, and that's going to be a offensive foul call against Cheney Zolman. Elijah tried to get through the screen, and they're going to say that Cheney held on a little bit too long. Elijah out of the ball game. Bailey Stewart is back in. Quakers with the turnover of the basketball and now trail it by 7. This is a key stop right here if they can get it. That is Logan Ratz with the basketball. Off on the left wing, here's McKinney. He's cooled off after a hot start. Here's Levi Buck in the free throw lane, reverses direction, now with the left-hand dribble, terminates that dribble, kicks it back outside to Hibbard. 7 on the shot clock. Hibbard down the lane, feeds it in the corner. 3-pointer on the way. That one rims in and out as Buck can't get it to go. Quaker rebound, and they'll go in transition the other way. Here is Stallings. Will shovel the pass back out again to Barnes. Quakers work it near side Sanborn from Stewart. Here's Barnes once again. Stewart entry pass and a foul call underneath on Kevin Williams. Williams will get his first. 9:18 remaining. Several changes here as Bliss will come in. Also coming into the lineup again, Nick White. We'll see Blake Robertson come in out of Greenfield Central High School for the Panthers, and Cam Fales is back in as well. Quaker basketball off the inbound. Bliss showing he'll retreat. Now comes to set the screen for Barnes. Barnes off the screen and roll, takes it himself, has his shot blocked, but right into the hands of Bailey Stewart, who lays it off the glass and good. 27-22, Quakers down by 5. Here's Logan Ratz with the basketball. Gets the high screen. Fails on the elbow. Will start to penetrate. Cut off there. Brings it back out front between the legs on the dribble. Almost lost it. Near steal by Bailey Stewart. Entry pass down low to White. White against Bliss on the block. White turns baseline and reverse layup good. Nice move. I'm not sure that White had a great position underneath the basket, but he did a nice job blocking and using that rim to make sure that Bliss couldn't get to the basketball. 7-point lead again for the Panthers. Stallings, cross-court pass to Sanborn for three. That's off the side of the iron, goes out of bounds, back over again to the Panthers. Elijah will come back in, and Kenneth Stallings will sit down for the first time tonight. 8:14 remaining. Panther basketball, and they'll slowly walk this one across the timeline. That is Logan Ratz. Ratz at the elbow, bouncing down to White, this time on the low block left. White puts his shoulder down, and they're going to get him this time. Offensive foul called against Nick White. He got away with it the last time. Quakers thought maybe he ducked his shoulder last time against Cheney Zolman. This time they get him for the offensive foul. That'll be a turnover for the Panthers. Quaker basketball. Here's Bailey Stewart to Wilson Thomas. Elijah got the defender in the air, and that foul going against Cam fails, and that'll be a 3-shot foul. Good job by Elijah Wilson Thomas for the Quakers. Elijah, one of the top free throw shooters in the Heartland Collegiate Athletic Conference. He led the nation last year in free throw shooting. 7:47 remaining. And his first free throw's on the way and good. Well, he has had to take up the scoring slack because of the loss of Darrell Hutchison. Did so not so much in that Transylvania game, but again in the last contest he put up 35. Second free throw is good. Quakers will see Stallings come back into the lineup. The Quakers right now a little bit small. Brad Bliss, they list him at 6'5", probably closer to 6'4". The third free throw is good, and the Quakers pull back to within 4. 7:45 to go. Hanover basketball. There's White on the high screen. With a left-hand dribble is Ratz. Entry pass to White. White triple teamed and then taken away somehow. Bailey Stewart rushes in and takes it away from the Panthers. And Nick White, another turnover there for the Panthers. Here's Barnes. Stallings, three-pointer is off the glass and a little bit hard. The rebound by Ratz. Here come the Panthers once again. They'll slow things up, bring it back outside. Here is Logan Ratz once again. Bouncing down to White on the low block. 18 on the shot clock. Spinning baseline. And the ball loose again. Second straight turnover. Quakers back the other way. Elijah Wilson Thomas down the lane. Off the glass too hard. And the rebound by Colin Smith. Panthers in transition. Smith across the timeline. Now waits for help. White on the high screen. Smith looking down the lane. Nothing there. Kicks it outside to Ratz for three. Shoots the air ball. And now the Quakers will slow it down. 6:35 to go. Here in the first half. Much different contest this time than what the Quakers saw down by 21 at the half at Hanover when they met earlier this year. Here's Barnes, will back it away. Gets the high screen from Bliss. Barnes looking for the roll. Bliss did the slip screen instead. It'll be Stallings. Skip pass will find Barnes. 3 on the shot clock. Barnes will have to hurry, and he got hammered right at the buzzer. Foul's going to be called against Logan Ratz, and the Quakers got bailed out right there. Jamel Barnes will go to the line. Well, that was down right to the very last second when the foul was called against Ratz. And here is Jamel Barnes at the line for the first time. Quakers so far perfect. 4 of 4 from the free throw line here tonight. Back to within 3. Sanborn in. Bailey Stewart will sit down. Quakers so far have gone 3 off their bench, but again, El Dasugi got those 2 fouls early, so he's probably done perhaps for the entire first half, depending on how this one goes. Second free throw is good as well. If they stay close, they'll want to keep him for the second half. And it is close right now, 2-point ball game. Here's Smith, left elbow, screen White. Smith in the circle, feeds back inside to White. Ball tipped in the air, ball tipped again by Wilson Thomas into the hands of Brad Bliss. 3 straight turnovers now by the Panthers, and the Quakers have a chance to tie right here. Here's Sanborn. Stallings out front will swing it to Barnes. Once again, here's Sanborn. Back to Barnes, will bring it near midcourt. Barnes will set it up with 9 on the shot clock. Barnes in the corner. Stallings, quick pass to Bliss. Reverses it to Sanborn at the buzzer. No. And the rebound by Colin Smith. Good offensive possession, just did not finish. Here's Fales with the basketball. Fales, baseball pass will find Hibbard. Hibbard nowhere to go against Wilson Thomas. White will set the screen on the inside. Hibbard drives back to Fales, top of the key. 13 on the shot clock. Fales gliding inside to White. White, power dribble, puts it up off the rim and good. And the Quakers trail it by 4. White now with 6. Wilson Thomas with the basketball. Now to be Bliss out on the high post. Once again, Barnes. Barnes at the free throw line. Ball loose on the floor. We have a jump ball possession arrow in favor of the Quakers, but that'll be a lost possession, and that'll be a turnover for the Quakers. Panthers will make a change as well in their lineup. Looks like they brought Wes McKinney back in after a short break. Quakers have 9 on the shot clock. Here is Stallings to Bliss. Bliss on the roll. Shot fake. Jump hook in the lane. No good. Rebound by Nick White. Panther basketball, 4:30 to go. Here is Fales. Fales, nice drive with the left hand. Barnes stays with him. Might have got a piece of that one. Coming away with it will be Wilson Thomas now for the Quakers. Elijah will give it off now to Stallings. Here's Sanborn. One dribble. Back off again to Barnes. Quakers have done actually a pretty good job running this shot clock down, not giving Hanover any more possessions than they have to. Ball nearly stripped away from Bliss. Elijah for 3, good. The microwave again. Elijah Wilson Thomas now has 8, and the Quakers trail it by 1. Fales down the lane. No, and the rebound Bliss. Fales looking at the official, wanting the call. Nothing there. Here is the 3 again, and this time Stallings off the front of the rim, no good. White with a rebound there for Hanover. Stallings, a couple of 3s here tonight, nearly got another one. That's McKinney. McKinney, pull-up shot on the way. He got that shot early, but not since, and a rebounding foul will go against Isaac Hibbard. We were talking a little bit ago about how McKinney hit early, but he's been cold of late. John Williams, or is that? No, it's going to be Levi Buck again back in the ball game, and Isaac Hibbard will sit down. 3:31 to go. Stallings is out. Bailey Stewart back in. Quakers chance to take the lead here in the first half. Stewart at the left elbow, looking inside, nothing there. Back again to Barnes between the circles. Barnes holding high. It'll be Sanborn. Sanborn driving baseline right. Finds Bliss, 10 on the shot clock. Elijah, another 3 short. That's off balance. He too thought he was fouled. No whistle. We head back the other way. Fails across the timeline. Good ball movement in the corner once again to McKinney. Here's the drive, the feed down to White, and no on the finish. Almost an assist that time for Colin Smith. White went down hard, and he is still down. Must have hit a little bit hard on that left shoulder. Bliss will pick up the foul for the Quakers. That's going to be his second. And that will put Nick White at the line. And this again will be a 2-shot foul, if I'm not mistaken. Neither team, well, that's been one miss. That was Fales who missed his free throw, but everybody else has been perfect so far tonight. 2:55 remaining here in the first half. And the free throw's on the way and good. We're going to see John Sacaleros come in. We haven't seen John in a while. 6'5" sophomore at a Crown Point. So Sacaleros getting some early time here tonight as the Quakers need a little bit of size on the floor. Second free throw by White is on the way and good as well. Back to a 3-point lead. White with 8, McKinney with 10, and 7 points by Hibbert, 4 by Fales. Sakalaris on the high post, hands off now to Barnes. Barnes at the elbow, now with a right-hand dribble. He'll pull up, 14-footer, and can't get it to go. There was contact. He thought he was fouled, and again, no whistle there. They'll let him play through it. Here's Colin Smith. Nice crossover to the left hand, off the glass too hard. Rebound by Thomas Sanborn. Quaker basketball, one and done there for the Panthers. Here's Elijah Wilson-Thomas against Fales. Elijah driving, feeds inside, low pass to Stewart. Stewart playing shortstop, able to pick that one up, and then nearly threw it away as White will knock it out of bounds. 15 on the shot clock. 2:15 remaining here in the first half. Quakers may be coming back with Stallings pretty soon. Entry off the inbound to Elijah, and that's going to be a traveling call on Elijah. Started to go up with it, and then he thought about passing, and by the time those two options were unavailable, he traveled. So 2 minutes to go. Down by 3, Quakers had a chance to take the lead. Here's Fales. Fales the screen by White. Fales terminates his dribble at the free throw circle, gives it off now to Buck. Buck at the elbow, White screen. Buck hesitates, takes it across the lane. Back to Fales, 8 on the shot clock. Step back for Fales for 3, no. And the rebound, Elijah. Wilson-Thomas able to go up high and get it, and now the Quakers want to slow it down again. This is about limiting the amount of possessions they will give Hanover here tonight. Sanborn swings it left side to Stewart. Stewart back outside to Barnes. Coming through the screen is Wilson-Thomas. It was a double screen to the near side. Sanborn sets the screen now for Barnes. Here is Sakalaros off now to Stewart. Ball caroms in the air, goes out of bounds. 3 seconds on the shot clock. It was intended for Sakalaros on the roll. We'd mentioned a little bit ago that Stallings would come back in. He has done so. He is in for Bailey Stewart. 1:19 remaining. Barnes off the inbound. Barnes looking inside for Stallings. Stallings receives and shoots and hits it. 1 second on the shot clock and a nice inbounds play, in those long arms for Kenneth Stallings, paying dividends on that possession. Coming up on 1 minute, Fales crossing over to his left hand. Off now to Smith. Smith terminates the dribble, gets it to White on the low block against Sakalaros. White backs his man down, kicks it in the corner. This will be Buck on the drive. Nothing there. Shot fake. Kicks it back to White. He'll fire from 15. That one hard off the glass. And the rebound by Thomas Sanborn. Quakers again. Chance to take the lead here in the first half. Jamel Barnes at the midcourt circle. They'll go 1-4 low. You see everybody else down low with 14 on the shot clock. Here comes your screen. Sakalaros. Quick slip screen. Sakalaros receives. Power dribble. Kicks it back to Sanborn. His jumper's off the back of the iron. And the rebound by White. So now the shot clock is off, and it appears that the Panthers will play for one here at the end of the first half. Quakers went 1-4 low. Almost got it to go. Here is Colin Smith. Skip pass will find McKinney for 3. This time he hits it. McKinney had been cold for a while, but he hits that one to end the first half. On the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard here at halftime, it is Hanover 36, Earlham 32. We will come back with your first half numbers coming up in just a couple of moments. This is Earlham Basketball and Radio Troy Digital Sports.
I got this.
I got this.
I got this.
At Harrington Hope, we believe your life belongs to you. That's why we work hard to make sure that your insurance coverage is the last thing you have to worry about. So when it comes to keeping you protected,
We got this.
New Vision Sports is a training program that focuses on the training and improvement of the serious-minded athlete, including all ages and skill levels. From creating customized workout plans to providing ongoing motivation and support, New Vision strives to help you achieve your training goals. Their trainers use a variety of effective workout plans based on your specific goals. New Vision Sports, 977-5831, or go to their website, newvisionsports.com. That's New Vision Sports with a Z.
As an internet service provider, Parallax Systems offers reliable residential high-speed internet service and business service. With a fiber backbone reaching over 150 miles, we have created a multifaceted delivery system. Our dark fiber leasing has proved beneficial to public and private sectors alike. Parallax serves Wayne County and surrounding areas. Parallax Systems, when speed matters, a division of Richmond Power and Light.
The Purdue Polytechnic Institute in Richmond is part of a statewide network that offers the same technology degrees available in West Lafayette. The benefit of earning your degree at the Richmond location is that the campus is small enough to provide you with dedicated one-to-one attention while you earn your degree from Purdue University. Purdue Polytechnic of Richmond. Give them a call at 973-8228 or go to their website for more information at polytechnic.purdue.edu.
At the Reed Orthopedic Center, our physicians and support team devote themselves to helping you return to a healthy and active lifestyle. Our expertise includes shoulder, elbow, foot, ankle, hand, wrist, hip, and knee injuries, as well as pain management and rehabilitation and school athletic training programs and sports medicine. We are committed to providing you with the best possible orthopedic treatment that we can. To request an appointment at the Reed Orthopedic Center, call 765-935-8905.
Hi, this is Steve Funkhauser, and I was talking to someone the other day about how friendly and professional the crew at Jiffy Lube is, and they said, "You are always so upbeat. I'm going to call you Mr. Positive." And so now I am Mr. Positive. And I want you to know how proud I am of you and that you are doing a great job today. And hey, do something nice for somebody. Make somebody smile. Smiles are contagious, you know. I want you to have a great day and the horse you rode in on. Jiffy Lube. Fast, friendly, professional. I'm Mr. Positive, and I approve this message.
At Square Donuts, we take our donuts seriously, and apparently so do our customers. Square Donuts is by far the #1 donut shop in Richmond. At Square Donuts, we bake our donuts, cinnamon rolls, long johns, and many other varieties fresh daily. Donuts became our family tradition and business in 1967, and we've continued through 3 generations. Square Donuts in Richmond has 2 locations, including 1241 Northwest 5th Street and 3637 East Main in the Hoppy Jeweler Plaza. Square Donuts of Richmond. We never cut corners and never will.
We are back here at the Athletics and Wellness Center, and we're at halftime. So far, a good one between the Quakers and the Panthers, and as we said earlier, much different than what we saw in the first matchup this year when it was a 21-point halftime lead, and the Quakers were out of it by that time, but they're hanging tough here tonight, again without their second leading scorer in Daryl Hutchison, who's missed his 3rd straight game. By the way, those 2 little bodies out there are 2 future basketball players. I'm sure they're getting to know their way around the floor. There's 3 of them now. See, we're recruiting. All right, let's give you the first half numbers. First off, for the Panthers tonight, boy, they got up to a great start, especially Wes McKinney. He was shooting well early, and boy, hit that big bucket at the end of the first half, but he kind of cooled off, but still, the guy can light things up, and let's give you those first half numbers. First off, in the shooting department, 13 of 27, good enough for 48%, 4 of 8 from three-point range, and 6 of 6 from the line. In the rebounding department, 15 total rebounds, only 1 offensive board for Hanover in the first half. That's almost unheard of against the Quakers. In fact, Earlham only had 1 offensive board as well. 4 assists and 5 turnovers, 2 blocks and a steal tonight for the Panthers. They were led in scoring by Wes McKinney with 13, Nick White with 8, 7 by Isaac Hibbard, 5 points by Cam Fales, and 3 points by Colin Smith. For the Quakers tonight in the first half, 12 of 27 shooting, good enough for 44%. They were 3 of 10 from three-point range and 5 of 5 from the line. Quakers with 14 rebounds, 7 assists, 3 turnovers, and 3 steals. Quakers led by Kenneth Stallings Jr. with 12, Elijah Wilson-Thomas with 8, 6 points by Jamel Barnes, 2 points by Cheney Zolman, 2 points by Brad Bliss, and Bailey Stewart finishing with 2 points in the first half. So there you have it, 36-32 here at halftime. We'll come back, get you updated on the latest college basketball scoreboard. That is coming up next right here in Radio Troy Digital Sports.
For over 30 years, Reynolds Plumbing has been keeping the Richmond-Wayne County area running. Whether on commercial properties, restaurants, or residential, they've done quality plumbing, heating, and air work for thousands of customers. In a small town, a company like theirs cannot stay in business for as long as they have without being very good at what they do. It's not just about quality work, it's about customer service. If that's the kind of experience you want on your next plumbing or HVAC job, then Reynolds Plumbing has you covered. Call Reynolds Plumbing today at 966-0994. For over a century, Richmond Power and Light has been providing safe, reliable energy to the citizens and businesses of Richmond and the surrounding area. Through their dedicated and talented employees, they are advancing their tradition of exceptional service through new technology, training, and efficiency in everything they do. Richmond Power and Light provides reliable, low-cost energy and technology services in a customer-focused, environmentally responsible, safety-conscious manner. Richmond Power and Light. Together we make powerful partners.
Our community, it's where we live, it's where we work, it's where we play. At West End Bank, we're not just in the community, we're a part of the community. And that's why we support over 100 programs for local nonprofits and schools, including our financial literacy program that positively impacts countless students throughout the area. You bank locally, so we give back locally, to watch people grow with endless possibilities.
Summit Computer Systems is a full-service computer manufacturing and support company founded in 1997. They partner with businesses and individuals to provide computer systems, hardware service, support, design services, high-speed wireless internet, network design, and more. Summit Computers, 1427 Chester Boulevard in Richmond. Give them a call at 939-2120. Finding a used car dealership you can trust is not an easy thing to do, but for me, the choice was an easy one. I went to Tony's Car Sales in Richmond. I purchased my last 2 cars from Tony's and couldn't be happier with the service. They didn't pressure me, and they worked with me through the entire process. If you're in the market for a great used vehicle, get to Tony's Car Sales in Richmond, 250 National Road West, or give them a call at 962-5665, or go to their website, tonyscarsales.com.
We're back here at the Athletics and Wellness Center, 36-32 here at the half. Let's get you caught up on some scores earlier today. In fact, some games underway in men's top 25 play as St. John's trying to pull off another upset. They just beat Duke. Now they're trying to beat number 1 Villanova in the second half, 47-43. St. John's with the lead there. Also in the second half, Florida State on top of number 2 Virginia, 41-33. And another game now in the second half, it is Wake Forest. They're trying to upset number 25 Miami of Florida as that game tied at 44 again in the second half. Still to come tonight, the big one, number 3 Purdue up in West Lafayette taking on number 14 Ohio State. That'll tip off in about 13 minutes. Iowa State plays at number 7 Texas Tech. 8th-rated Auburn home against Texas A&M. And UNLV, they're on the road at number 23 Nevada. Women's college basketball tonight. All 4 games involving top 25 teams are now underway as number 1 Connecticut pounding Central Florida 42-20 in the third quarter. It is number 4 Louisville beating Clemson 41-28. 19th-rated Duke on top of Wake Forest 36-35. And at halftime, number 22 Oklahoma State leading number 24 TCU 31-23. Couple of games underway in the NBA tonight. At halftime, Detroit leading Brooklyn 53-50. In the second quarter, Houston on top of Miami, 37-30. Minnesota-Cleveland now underway, as is Utah and Memphis. Later tonight, Indiana at New Orleans. San Antonio is at Phoenix. And 3 games in the NHL in the first. Toronto leading Nashville 1-0. Boston and the Rangers knotted up at 0 in the first. Later tonight, Edmonton is on the road at Los Angeles. We are ready for the second half. Stay right there. The Quakers and the Panthers doing battle here at the Athletics and Wellness Center. We will have the second half coming up in just a moment right here on Radio Troy Digital Sports.
We check them better. Every Wetzel Better Buy certified vehicle is fully inspected and reconditioned by ASE and factory-trained technicians. And each Better Buy vehicle comes with a Carfax vehicle history report, so you know you can buy a vehicle with confidence. We back 'em better with a 3-day satisfaction guarantee. Every Wetzel Better Buy certified comes with a 3-day or 300-mile satisfaction guarantee. If you don't like it within that 3 days or 300 miles, just bring it back and we'll exchange it for a vehicle of equal value. Every Wetzel Better Buy certified vehicle comes with a 12-month, 12,000-mile warranty. We price them better. We have dedicated individuals searching the entire country for the highest quality, lowest price vehicles for our inventory. In today's competitive market, we're constantly monitoring vehicle values to ensure that we're offering the best prices possible. We guarantee that every Wetzel Better Buy vehicle is the highest quality used car or truck around. Our reconditioning process guarantees that you are getting a vehicle as close to brand new as possible, and our warranties back that up.
Some people are born lucky. Other people take luck into their own hands, avoid stepping on sidewalk cracks, and wouldn't dare walk under a ladder. But whether you're born with luck or make your own, when it comes to your insurance coverage, luck should have nothing to do with it. So talk to Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance today or visit them online at infarmbureau.com to purchase an auto policy. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Stop knocking on wood.
Questions about your coverage in Wayne County? Call 765-962-9548 and ask for me, Kevin Shearer.
Since 1994, Beach Automotive has provided motorists in the Richmond area with comprehensive auto repair services that include car and truck care, alignment, brakes, tires, engine, transmission, and more. You'll be hard-pressed to find the same level of expertise that our auto mechanic specialists provide. For a high-performing vehicle, trust Beach Automotive. To learn more, call 765-966-8181. Beach Automotive, 110 East Main Street, Richmond.
For the past 35 years, Van Vliet Insurance has built a reputation of bringing a personal touch. That's because at Van Vliet, it's all about you, your needs, your life, and our town. Along with providing quality coverage to individuals, families, and local businesses, we're proud of our community and the opportunity we have to protect your future within it. Van Vliet Insurance, an Erie Insurance representative. Hometown professionals at work for you.
To the second half, welcome back to the Athletics and Wellness Center as we're ready for the Quakers and the Panthers for the next 20 minutes of basketball. Let's see who will make the biggest adjustments at the half. By the way, Earlham baseball right around the corner. We are looking ahead to the 2018 season. They will open up February 24th and 25th. Against Wittenberg. I know it's an early start time. 4-game set against Wittenberg. We'll have all 4 games again here on Radio Troy Digital Sports. The Earlham men's and women's lacrosse teams are opening up as well. The men will open up Saturday, March 3rd against Fontbonne at 1. The women open up Wednesday, March 7th against Transylvania. So here we go with brand new lacrosse teams at Earlham, picking up where they left off back in the 80s. So here we go, second half. It'll be Hanover basketball. Well, I'd love to see who does the adjustments in the second half, especially early. Here's McKinney with the basketball. White, baseline, wide open, jumper the way, good. Somewhere, somebody broke down defensively for the Quakers. 10 points now for Nick White. By the way, El Dasugi will get the start again in the second half after going down with foul trouble in the first half. Elijah for three, nothing but net. Once again, Elijah Wilson-Thomas with another three. He has 11. Quakers down by 3. Here's Fales. Entry pass to White, knocked away by Zolman. White regains, ducks that shoulder again. Zolman didn't back down on him. Kicks it out now to Hibbert on the perimeter. Hibbert on the drive himself. He will float that one up and good. 2 possessions, 2 baskets already by the Panthers. Panthers? How about the Panthers? I've done that before, haven't I? Did it in baseball. Here is Barnes with the basketball, off now to Stallings. His shot of the way, rims in and out, and the rebound by White. Could just call them Panthers. I'd have to save a lot of trouble. 18:45 to go. Here is Hibbert on the drive, the kick out to Fales. Fales will now clear things out for McKinney. Fales on the drive, jump pass in the corner once again. Now it'll be McKinney. McKinney gets the screen from White. 8 on the shot clock. McKinney behind the back dribble, knocked away by El Dasugi. Ball is loose, turnover by Hanover. Quakers come away with it. Here's Stallings across the timeline, and again the Quakers are deliberately going to slow things down. They want to make this a very low possession game for the Panthers. Good look near side once again for Jamel Barnes. Screen by Zolman. Here's El Dasugi. May have drugged that pivot foot. Barnes deep in the right corner. 5 on the shot clock. Back to Barnes. Barnes off the drive, off the glass, and it was blocked at the last minute. We must have something here. A shot clock violation against the Quakers, but it was White who got up and blocked the shot. Quakers will be charged with a turnover. But again, Earlham doing that's the strategy. Try to get that shot clock down as much as you can. That's less time for Hanover to have the basketball. Here's McKinney off the left wing now with a right-hand dribble against El Dasugi. The slip screen by White. White outside the block on the left. Zolman pushing back against White. Quite a defensive battle going on there. Skip pass will find Hibbert for 3. That's no good. And coming away with it, Stallings. Stallings able to take it away from Smith. Here's El Dasugi up the right sideline. El Dasugi, nothing there. Back to Stallings, crossing to the right hand. Baseline shot by Cheney. Zolman is no good as that one rolls off the front of the iron. Here's Fales. Fales against Barnes. Fales again, crosses back to the left hand. Stops. Entry pass to White. White. Baseline turn, the kick back outside to McKinney, now sets the screen. McKinney bouncing away from the double team. A little heads there as well by El Dasugi. That shot short by McKinney. He thought he was fouled, and the Quakers come away with it. 16:45 to go here in the second half. Here's Barnes. Barnes will wait for the Quakers to make their shift to one side, and that'll be Wilson-Thomas. And Elijah kicks it off to Zolman. Offensive foul against Elijah Wilson-Thomas as he went high in the air on that jump pass, and the Quakers turn it over. El Dasugi's job, apparently he's going to shadow wherever Wes McKinney goes. El Dasugi, in fact, we saw him do that in practice yesterday, and so it's McKinney who he will target. With the basketball, here's Hibbert. Hibbert on the wing, bouncing to White. White again against Zolman. Zolman at 6'6", standing his ground. White in, and a little bit short jump hook in the lane is good. And White now with 12. Tell you what, Zolman's going to need a little bit of help. One of the guards is going to have to come down, try to force White to pass that basketball back outside. Zolman sets the screen now for Barnes. Barnes will find El Dasugi down the lane, and we have a jump ball. Possession arrow in favor for the Quakers, but they'll lose that arrow. Sanborn is in, and the Quakers will replace Kenneth Stallings. 15:51, 20 in the shot clock. I swear that thing's on 20 every time there's a jump ball. Here is Wilson-Thomas. Elijah started to step back, and there's going to be a foul call against Cam Fales. and that'll be his second. John Miller, the head coach in his 10th year at Hanover. Just right there at the edge of the coach's box. He didn't like that call. In fact, I don't think that Cam Fales liked it either. Here's Barnes. Quakers have 18. So he was back to 20 again. Here's Barnes off to Wilson Thomas. Entry pass to Zolman. Zolman now will spin to the inside. Double team. Stripped out of his hands. Turnover Quakers. Earlham back the other way we go. And a blocking foul basket good as Hibbard will score. And they're going to get Elijah for his third. They may have to bring him out, or they're going to get Sanborn. How long will they leave Elijah in, again with his third? Bliss will come in, and here is Hibbard. Well, you got like Hibbard, just puts his head down and goes with a full head of steam every time down the floor. Not afraid to make contact. And Hibbard completes the three-point play. He now has 12, and just like that, the lead is now at 10. It was a 4-point lead at halftime. Quakers only 3 points so far. And nice pass down low. Sanborn with the layup. Brad Bliss will get the assist. Thomas Sanborn, his first basket. 15 minutes remaining. Fales with the basketball, finds Hibbard. Hibbard back to Fales in the corner for three. No. Rebound White. White kicks it outside. Here's Smith. Fresh 30 on the shot clock. White again, this time against Bliss. White on the block. Here comes your guard help. The kick back to Fales. The three-pointer's good. Boy, if you're going to kick it out, you got to have some rotation. Fales with 8, averaging 16. Only played 2 minutes against Anderson in their 80-77 win. Bliss on the high post. Here's Barnes. Barnes with the left hand, back to the right on the wing. Bliss will now come set the screen. Barnes at the top of the key. Once again, Sanborn back to Barnes. Quakers offense a little stagnant right here. 6 on the shot clock. Barnes will force it up off the front of the iron, and the rebound pulled out of there by Smith in the corner. Here's Fales. Boy, you're going to need a timeout here if you give up another bucket. Fales back inside to White. White spinning with the right hand. Good. Back down to a 13-point lead. As I mentioned, Quakers are going to need a timeout. White with 6 points in the second half. He has 14 overall, and we have a timeout on the floor. On the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard, Quakers trail it by 13.
Big Boys Pizza is now open in Richmond, located at 1015 East Main Street, next door to the Civic Theater. The menu has great sandwiches, pasta, salads, and of course, pizza. Come dine in, carry out, or have your food delivered day or night, at home or at the office. Other locations are in Connorsville and Brookville. Bring in a sports ticket after any game and receive 10% off your purchase. Ticket must be dated for the same day as your purchase. Dine in, take out, or delivery. Big Boys Pizza. 765-488-0023. Kate's Cages is the #1 indoor training facility for baseball and softball in Richmond by far. With top-flight instructors, you will learn how to play the game the right way. Everything from pitching, hitting, catching, and fielding. Kate's Cages will also have the opportunity to participate in triple play fall ball, the softball academy, individual and team camps, and individual private workouts. Kate's Cages Baseball and Softball Indoor Training Facility, 1366 Rose City Boulevard. Call 993-2353 for more information.
Quakers have been outscored 14-5 so far here in the second half. And they're down now by 13. It was 36-32 at the half, and boy, Quakers, you had to get a timeout right there. Now the idea is just kind of slowly claw your way back into this one. And whatever you do, don't let Hanover get that thing to 20-plus because they will bury you eventually. Wilson Thomas to Sanborn. And a travel by Stallings. Quakers with another turnover. Well, again, the strategy is pretty good, but you got to make sure that you get some points on the board if you're going to limit the amount of possessions you want Hanover to have, which is a great idea, but boy, you better score. with the basketball is Smith. Smith looking for the roll inside to White. He lobs it up to White, gets it back once again to Smith. The kick out to Hibbert for three, missed it. The rebound put back inside, no good by Smith. And coming away with it for the Quakers will be Jamel Barnes. Three good opportunities that time for Hanover. Step back, Elijah for three, good. Boy, they needed that one. Elijah with his third three. He has 14, and the Quakers back to within 10. That time they did not wait for the clock to get down. They may not have had that luxury much the rest of the ball game. Smith at the high post. Puts it on the floor, nearly lost it, and we've got a reaching foul on Bliss. He just picked up his third. I think there have only been, 6 total fouls called against Hanover tonight. That is Fales deep in the corner. They're going to get Bliss again, I think. And, yes, they're going to get Bliss. So too quick by Brad Bliss, and he's going to be gone for a while. Cheney Zolman is back in. Quakers have, 5, 7, 11, 12 fouls so far here tonight. Hibbert with the basketball once again will find Fales. High post to Smith. Skip pass in the corner to McKinney. Three-pointer good. Boy, you got to like him. Even though he wasn't hitting there for a while, he has come back, hit the three-pointer at the end of the first half. Hits a big three right there, and the Quakers back down by 13. Barnes, the sweep through, looks for the roll. Nothing there by Zolman. They'll go around the perimeter now to Stallings. Stallings terminates his dribble and kicks it back outside to Barnes at the circle. 9 on the shot clock. Barnes looks for an opening. Here comes the double team. Zolman reverses it. Elijah with 3 on the shot clock, and that's going to be the second shot clock violation. Good defense there by the Panthers. Their strategy pretty simple as well defensively. They went to double team Stallings, and the Quakers' offense was completely discombobulated after that. We only use that word once in a while. Here is Smith. Nice pass inside. White powers it up. He scores and he's fouled. He's just so strong underneath. Thing is, he doesn't look like he's real bulky, but he's very strong in his lower body. And the Quakers have had their problems stopping him down in the low post. He's only at 6'5". And he will try to give the Panthers a 16-point lead. You know, the thing is, this lead has just kind of grown real slow. Wasn't something where it went on a complete 20-0 run, anything like that. They've just been gradually putting it together here at the beginning of the second half. Elijah comes off the screen, drives against Fales, pulls up and hits it. Off-balance shot. Elijah Wilson-Thomas. And they're going to need him the rest of the way. 16 points by Wilson-Thomas. Quakers back down by 14. Fales on the high post now to Colin Smith. Sweeping through his Hibbert. Hibbert drives baseline, a pair of fives going at one another, gives it out to Fales. Fales, the left-hander, pulls up for 3, got another one. And the Quakers, nope, this is going to be a 30-second timeout, this time by Hanover. And Fales, by the way, now with 11 points. It'll be, again, a 30-second timeout. We'll remind you once again that tonight's game brought to you in part by Richmond area Subways. Each day of the week, you can get a different 6-inch sub. No artificial flavors or colors, only $3.50. Every Thursday, the Italian BMT, Friday, the tuna, and Saturday, the Black Forest ham. Treat yourself at Subway. 4 locations in Richmond and Hagerstown. Subway, eat fresh. Well, we are now starting to see the Hanover team we saw at the beginning of the first half. And they're hitting everything now. Fales with 6 in the second half, 5 by Hibbert. And then, of course, Nick White with 9. McKinney hit a big 3 just a few moments ago. They have an excellent inside-out game, and it has been proven effective here tonight against the Quakers. 11 minutes remaining. Quakers, and you heard it earlier, this is a must-win. Here is Elijah, the step back, no. Boy, if he doesn't bring that leg up, uses both legs, he might make that shot. Fales will push it up the floor, high post for White. Fales will get the screen. Fales in the lane, lobs it inside to White. White, left hand short, ball tipped in the air and almost tipped into the basket by Sanborn. Outlet pass will find Barnes. Barnes will set it up out front. Once again, Sanborn will find Wilson Thomas. Bailey Stewart checked into the ball game now for the Quakers. Sanborn will get it to Elijah off the screen. Three-pointer, rims in and out. And the rebound pulled down by the Panthers. That was Smith. Colin Smith at 6'2", able to get in there and get a board. Panthers basketball once again. Here's Hibbert on the wing. Hibbert, they'll leave him open. He'll drive in the lane. A little teardrop good. And everything now starting to fall. Smith with 5. And the lead is now ballooned to 19. El Dasugi set to come back in. We will see a change for Hanover as well. Barnes off the drive. A little kiss off the glass is good. And Jamel now with 8. 9:39 remaining. Here is Smith. White with the screen. Smith a little hesitation. Kicks in the corner to Fales. Three-pointer. Got another one. Wow. That'll be his third three-pointer the second half. Bailey Stewart out to Sanborn. Skip pass will find Zolman. His three-pointer is good. And this time the Quakers are going to get a timeout. On the Wesley Bates Wealth Management scoreboard, Quakers in this one trail at 64-47.
Our community. It's where we live. It's where we work. It's where we play. At West End Bank, we're not just in the community, we're a part of the community. And that's why we support over 100 programs for local nonprofits and schools, including our financial literacy program that positively impacts countless students throughout the area. You bank locally, so we give back locally to watch people grow with endless possibilities.
Georgia Direct is your one-stop source for floor coverings and decorating ideas for remodeling a home, office, kitchen, or bathroom. Their showroom offers quality products from Mohawk, Shaw, Armstrong, Craft Made, and many more. They proudly offer Richmond the best quality and variety of home design solutions at competitive prices. At Georgia Direct, their goal is to deliver an outstanding customer experience from selection through installation. Georgia Direct Carpets and Cabinets, 5200 National Road East, Richmond.
Well, Earlham has 9 minutes and 16 seconds to figure this one out, but the way that Hanover is shooting right now, that may be a real high mountain to climb now for the Quakers. The numbers continue to get better, and boy, you look at it, was 48% at halftime. Hanover's now at 55%. The Quakers down to 46%. Boy, the turnover's not the problem. That has not been a huge issue. Only 7 tonight for the Quakers. 10 total lost possessions. That includes what we always consider a change of possession arrow. Back in the ball game is Logan Ratz. This short jumper is no good by Kevin Williams, who is also checked back into the lineup. And it'll be Quaker basketball. Here is Zolman out front. Barnes trying to get loose on the near side. That's Hibbert. Barnes with a left-hand dribble deep in the corner. Barnes left open, shoots the three, missed it. That rims out, and the rebound pulled down again by the Panthers. Quick outlet pass, Hibbert, as he takes it from Ratz. Hibbert in the corner, Smith. And they're in no hurry, and they don't have to be. There's the screen by Williams. Williams will receive in the low block against Cheney. Williams spins. Right hand hook, no good, and the rebound by El Dasugi. Outlet pass will find Barnes up the right sideline. Barnes a little hesitation, reverses it back to El Dasugi. Wilson Thomas now to Stewart at the left elbow. Bailey starts to make his move. Zolman, three-pointer, line drive in the corner, good. How about Cheney Zolman? 8 points. His second three-pointer. Quakers down by 14. On the drive now is Ratz. Stops at the free throw line. Pivots. Now we'll find Smith. Smith Gets the screen from Williams, takes it baseline with the left hand. Little hesitation. The kick now to Hibbert. He drives, feeds it back outside now to McKinney. McKinney looking for an opening. 4 on the shot clock. McKinney bouncing down low, and El Dasugi comes away with it. Not a good possession that time for Hanover. Lead pass will find Barnes. Barnes at the elbow. El Dasugi trying to set the high screen. Barnes, nothing there. Stewart reverses the left side to Wilson Thomas. He'll sweep through, now puts it down on the floor with the right hand. Drives down the lane. Can't get the roll. Ball tipped in the air. McKinney comes away with it for the Panthers. There have been a few of those tonight. Just don't seem to want to go in. Here is Hibbert in a foul call against the Quakers, and that'll go against Bailey Stewart. Blake Bonin will come in for the Quakers for the first time. Blake out of Crown Point, Indiana, in the region. Also Bliss back in. 7 minutes remaining. 17 on the shot clock. Off the drive and stopping is Rats. Kicks it now to Smith. Offensive foul against Smith. Taking the charge, Blake Bonin. So a turnover there for the Panthers. Hibbert will come out of the ball game. Quaker basketball. Here's Wilson Thomas. Bliss lost it, picked up by Stewart, and then a reaching foul. They will get White on the foul. That'll be his second, so he is checked back in. Cam Fales has checked back in as well for the Panthers. Here's Blake Bonin with the ball, gets the screen from Bliss. Bliss will roll, nothing there. Blake will hand it off now to Wilson Thomas at the elbow. Against Fales, drive, short, tip, no. Ball in the air, grabbed there by McKinney. Quakers still trailed by 14 as we're coming up on 6 minutes. It's been a relatively quick second half. Here's Fales. Don't want to leave him alone out front. Nice drive inside to White. Off the pass that time from Rats. Here's Fales for 3. Missed it. El Dasugi with a rebound. Blake Bonin across the timeline. Back to El Dasugi. El Dasugi will find Bailey Stewart. His three-pointer's no good. That's off back iron, and the rebound pulled down by Smith. Here is Fales. Crossover. That would have been a foul anywhere else. Apparently not here. And then Fales gets hammered the second time. That was funny. Bailey Stewart just reached down and grabbed Fales. And all three of these guys missed it. I can see why the one misses it as much as he does. Here is Fales at the line. Quakers come back with Stallings, Barnes, and Zolman. 5:42 to go. It is a two-shot foul here apparently for Fales, though it didn't appear he really got that ball above his shoulders. The one referee out front, his last name is Ingram, and you've got to really be careful of him as that free throw is good. Back to a 15-point lead. By the way, Smith is out. Levi Buck is in. And what do we have, a lane violation? We have a technical against Jamel Barnes. So apparently Jamel let one of the officials know what he thought about how they're calling this game tonight. So now Fales will finish out his free throw shooting as he misses that one, and he'll stay in there for another one. Second free throw is good. So now that's the technical portion. Now he'll finish out the rest of the two-shot foul. Barnes will come out after the technical. The official went over and did explain to Coach Polikoff with Barnes standing there why it was called. Free throw is on the way. It is good. Well, the Quakers will look back at this. They were out of it the last time these two teams got together in the first half. This time they were in the first half and just didn't have the same intensity in the second half. Coming out of the locker room is big. Stallings loses the handle, back out again to Zolman. And one thing you can't do against a team like Hanover, you just can't make many mistakes. Here is Stallings. Nice job as he flushes that one. He gives the Quaker crowd something to cheer about. He's about as athletic as you have on this Quaker basketball team. Here's Fales. Off now to McKinney. He'll drive, banks it no good, and a long rebound pulled down there by Buck. And a fresh 30 on the shot clock. Under 5 minutes remaining. Fales drives, can't get it to go. White with a rebound, put back good. Well, you had too many guys going after the shooter. Left White wide open for the easy two. Blake Bonin with the basketball now for Earlham. Double team. That's what they're going to try to do is double team the point. Stallings will drive and score. 16. What it does, you get the point guard double team the way they have done it. Sometimes you'll get that easy layup, but for the majority of the night has not happened. Fails back outside. Now to Rats. Rats at the elbow. There's the screen by White. White slip screen. Good ball movement. Wide open. Fails again. That's just good basketball. So timeout on the floor. 4:06 remaining in this one. And the Quakers in trouble, trailing it 72-54.
Hey, this is Steve. And out of Jiffy Lube the other day, a customer came in and said, Steve, this was my 100th oil change on this car, and you've done them all.
Hi, my name is George Farrell, and I've been coming to Jiffy Lube for over 14 years. I recently just had my 100th oil change. I'd like to thank Steve Funkhauser and his staff for the great service that they've provided me over the years. Thank you to all, and I would recommend anyone to come to Jiffy Lube to get their car serviced.
Jiffy Lube, #1 in customer satisfaction for a reason.
Well, the Quakers, after today, they're on the road, and it looks like if, again, they lose this one here tonight, their playoff chances are about none. You're down 2 out of the playoff spot, depending on what happens tonight with just 4 games to go. It's almost impossible to happen. You've got to have way too many other factors help you along the way, and it just doesn't seem like that's going to happen. Blake Bonin will feed back inside to Zolman, and it goes out of bounds. Last touched by Hanover. Looked like White got a hand on it. But after today, the Quakers will go to Rose, and, of course, they're at the top of the conference. That'll come up on Saturday, and Earlham is certainly going to be behind the 8 ball there as well. That's a pretty good basketball team, 2 in a row against such good teams like Hanover and Rose at the top of the conference. Got a foul away from the ball as Hanover's Logan Rats will pick up the foul. Rats, 3:44 remaining. You don't think he's heard that before. See, it's 20 on the shot clock again, every time. It happens 10 seconds in every time. That ball kicked out of bounds. I bet I look up there and 89, 90% of the time it's 20 seconds. It's a conspiracy. Quakers' last home game will be against Mount St. Joe, and of course that could still be for a seeding position for Mount St. Joe at the end of the year. Elijah will drive, missed it. He went to the floor. A lot of contact between him and Cam Fales. 3.5 minutes to go. And now Hanover will just use some clock right here. White with the screen. Here he is again, another 3, and McKinney just buried another one. He's going to finish with 19 unless he scores again, but he just hit some shots right when they need it. Blake Bonin will find Zolman for 3. His is in and out. And the rebound, McKinney. they will be fun to watch when it comes to the tournament. You talk about Hanover, Mount St. Joe, Transylvania Rose, those top 4 teams. They will certainly battle that thing out for the tournament championship. I think Bluffton and Franklin are, again, easily the other 2 teams that they're not going to be able to match up as that ball goes off the leg of Rats and out of bounds. Bailey Stewart coming in. Also for the Quakers, we will see Alex Topolovich, 6'5" junior, who has been battling his share of injury problems, and that has certainly cut down on his playing time this season. I would imagine for Coach Polikoff now, a chance to maybe in the last few games as Bonin misses that one off the front of the rim, is take a look at some of these younger guys and see what they might be able to do for the rest of their careers building toward next year. And we've got a timeout. I think this is only for substitution purposes, as Ryan Klonks will come out of Danville, Indiana. Blake Robertson, we saw him a little bit earlier. He's out of Greenfield. 32 has come in. That is Christian Reed out of Sellersburg, Indiana. He played his high school basketball at Silver Creek. And I think that is it. So 10 on the shot clock. That is Reed against Topolovich. Reed, nice up and under, reverse layup, good. So Reed gets on the board, his first 2. He's averaging 3 per game. 1:47 remaining. Sanborn will find Stewart. Quakers make a change as well. On the drive, that is Cezanne Mount out of Long Beach, California. Mount missing that shot short. Mount, by the way, has the wearing number 15 for the Quakers. 1:22 to go. Levi Buck with a basketball. Klonks will terminate his dribble and quickly gives it back out front. 5 on the shot clock. Here's Rats. Throws it up, and Topolovich got a piece of it. That'll be a shot clock violation against Hanover. Hanover still has 2, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They still have 6 guys on their bench that are probably not going to get a chance to play today, but it was a great trip to Richmond, though. Always love making the trip, I'm sure, from Richmond to Hanover and vice versa. 1 minute to go. Quakers make a change as well as Christian Camarillo is checked in. Bonin misses the shot. Mount with the offensive rebound. Mount in the corner will give the Quakers a fresh 30. Again, you can check out the live stats from tonight's game on GoEarlham.com. Mount, the 3, no. And Hanover basketball, we will see maybe the Quakers get one more possession. Hanover has called the timeout here. They want to make another change, as coming into the ball game will be Connor Washburn, 6'7" freshman out of Fishers High School. Though they listed Indianapolis, Fishers really isn't in Indianapolis, it's in Fishers. 23 seconds remaining. Here's Robertson. Nice bounce inside, and missing the easy bunny was Washburn. Quakers will have it 9 seconds to go. Camarillo. Mount, go ahead and shoot it. No, he will not. Here is the final shot of the ball game, and that was missed by Sacaleros, and that will do it as the Quakers lose it tonight by a final score of 77-54. With the loss here tonight, the Quakers 4-11 in the conference. They finished 6-16. I shouldn't say finished 6-16. They still have 3 more games, but after the finish tonight, they're 6-16. Hanover now 17-5 and 12-3 in the conference. Quakers will be on the road at Rose coming up on Saturday. That's a 4 o'clock start time. They travel to Defiance a week from tonight. That'll be a Valentine's Day matchup at Defiance at 7:30, and then mark it down, their final game of the season against Mount St. Joe, February 17th at 3 o'clock. Your final score once again, Hanover 77, Earlham 54. Thanks for being with us. This has been Quaker Basketball and Radio Troy Digital Sports.